From Texas all the way to Maine, people in Indianapolis are experiencing totality as we speak. We are less than 20 minutes away from totality. At 3:20 p.m., the Earth, Moon, and Sun will all align, turning day into night for 3 minutes and 38 seconds.
And we are going to take a live picture from our 13 WAM sky cam just outside our studio in Henrietta. So obviously it's cloudy out there. Behind those clouds, the sun is about 50% covered. We're going to be coming back to this several times throughout the hour to give you a look at what it's like outside right now.
Local leaders and businesses have now been preparing for this day for quite some time, but it's the folks at the Rochester Museum and Science Center who have been looking forward to this day for years now. The RMSC has been hosting a 3-day festival featuring nationally recognized speakers, including a NASA astronaut, telescope viewing, and eclipse merch for purchase.
And that's where we find our Scott Hetzko kicking off our team coverage this afternoon. Hey, Scotty.
Hey guys, good afternoon. I know everybody's like a little bit sad about the cloud cover. I don't know how much we're gonna need these. How's everybody doing behind me? Come on, I'm on TV, make some noise. It's getting a little like weirdly chilly out here right now. The temperature's dropped a few degrees. That's in part to this front moving in, but also the sun losing its shine. I want to bring in somebody that's here from another nation, from the United Kingdom.
Hi.
Tell everybody who you are.
Hello, I'm Hannah Young. I'm the British Consul General to New York.
Now that's a big title. Why did you guys come up here to hang out with us today? I mean, for other than obvious reasons. Why did you choose Rochester?
Well, I'm a British diplomat here, based in New York City, but covering New York State. And it was just a great opportunity to come up with my family. My children have never experienced an eclipse before. The next total eclipse in the UK is 2090. Sadly, I probably won't be alive by then.
Come on, Hannah, you and I, we can make it. You never know.
It was a great opportunity to come up and celebrate with everybody.
Well, how's it been? How have you felt the welcome of Western New York for somebody that's not here that often?
It's wonderful. We love it up here. We went and saw Niagara Falls yesterday, which was incredible. And now we're here, and it's such an amazing, everyone's very excited. Despite the cloud cover, we're still going to see some, amazing sights. And yeah, it's an amazing opportunity to be here.
Well, Hannah, thank you for being here. And thank you for your wonderful visit to our little city.
Oh, you're very welcome. We're very glad to be with you.
So there's the lovely Hannah Young from the UK, and she's going to be here with her kids. How old are the kids, by the way?
Oh, they are 7 and 10.
Well, everything's awesome to them.
Everything is awesome to them. And they also met a real-life astronaut earlier, and they were very excited about that.
Well, bring them by. They can meet a real live weather guy, too. All right? Hey, we're going to send it back to you guys. I'll be with you right toward the end of totality. Who cares about the clouds, guys? This is going to be awesome. Back to you.
So right, it is, yes. And Rochester, of course, in the path of totality, but just west of the city is the center line.
Yeah, parts of SUNY Brockport is right in that sweet spot. The campus will be in totality for 5 seconds longer than those viewing the event in Rochester.
That's where we find our Stephanie Joseph, where the campus is hosting total eclipse of the port. Steph?
Yeah, Karen, the energy is amazing out here. Love the energy. And guess who I have here with me? The president of SUNY Brockport herself, Heidi McPherson, who's just going to tell us a little bit about what went into this event and also what people can continue to expect here. Hello there, Heidi.
Hello. We have been so excited. We've been planning this for 2 years. We have live music. We have food trucks. We have opportunities for people to do planetarium shows that have been going on all weekend because we wanted to have people here, make sure our community enjoyed the experience, whatever happens with the clouds.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. But like I said, the energy is electric out here, super bright. It's bringing in that sunshine for sure.
Absolutely.
And you have a special connection to the eclipse.
I do. I have a sister who's joined to be with me today.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, hello, your name is Jill.
My name is Jill.
And are you from around the Brockport area? What brings you over?
Well, I'm actually from Kentucky. My family and I saw the eclipse back in 2017, and I made plans at that time to come here for this eclipse because they track it. So I tracked it, and this is why I'm here.
Amazing. So you'd call yourself a bit of an eclipse chaser.
I guess 2 eclipses makes 2 eclipses makes you an eclipse chaser.
For sure. Do you have any special equipment around, or just here to be with everybody and family?
Just here with my family and my eclipse glasses.
Amazing. Anything else that we should know about today?
It's been a wonderful way to have our community come to this institution. We believe we are a university engaged with our community, and the community's here and proves it. So we're really thrilled to be here and be right here in the center line.
Great, and we'll continue to bring you more as soon as we have it. Make sure to stay with 13 Wham. I'll send it in back to you guys.
Stephanie, thank you. And we are just getting started.
Yes, still ahead, our cloudy weather forecast. We'll check back in with meteorologist Mark McLean to see what we can expect in about 13 minutes.
Yeah, and 2 more big parties happening in downtown Rochester. We'll take you live to Parcel 5, an innovative field.
It is 3:10 this solar eclipse Monday. We are just 10 minutes away from totality. Here is another look from the 13 Wham Sky Cam.
Ooh, cloudy out there. The most common question we've been getting, of course, the last few weeks, what is the weather going to be like for totality?
It has been pretty tricky to predict far in advance, but our weather team has been updating their forecast around the clock. Meteorologist Mark McLean, how are we looking right now? That's the question everyone is asking.
Yeah, if we had to pick a time for 6 to 8 hours of cloud cover, I probably would have picked another one, right? But hey, we're going to be positive about this. Check this out. I want to show you this view. I'm going to go to the weather wall and show you the path. This is the moon blocking the sun's light on the visible satellite picture. So you're looking at a weather satellite 23,000 miles out into space, and you're actually getting to see the eclipse live as it comes closer to Rochester. So what we're going to see is all these clouds that are over us right now. These are going to disappear in the next 15 minutes. I wish they would disappear forever, right? What to expect? 3:20, totality begins. This whole thing started at 2:07. Totality will come to an end in the city at 3:23, and the partial eclipse will officially end at 4:33 this afternoon. Now, it depends on what town you're in as to how much time you will get in totality. Brockport, where Stephanie Joseph is, has 3 minutes and 43 seconds, but to the southeast, enjoy it in Penn Yan for 38 seconds. Nunde at 1 minute and 43 there. Up to the north, we'll see some spots like Ontario at 3:30, Spencerport at 3:43 as well, very close to the center of that path. Now, at least we got some decent weather for this, right? Temperatures in the low 60s. It's a mainly cloudy sky. That wind out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that part of the forecast actually did cooperate with us. And I just want to remind you that you can always scan the code. We've got the hour-by-hour forecast. We've got the extended forecast and some extra videos. We've been posting videos. This is the best part about the app, is that even when we're not here, we can post videos there and show everybody what the weather is looking like. Now, when you step out at this point, you look up at the sky. It's overcast. Unfortunately, the cloud cover looks like it's not going to fade until about maybe 6, 7 o'clock tonight, and that's going to be from the west to the east. So a lot of folks around us getting a good view of the eclipse. The best views seem to be up in New England, up towards Maine, New Hampshire, northern Vermont right now.
A little bit ominous and odd that it's dark so early here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see, what the animal life, and the street lamps will all come on here just a couple of minutes. So there's a lot of other interesting goodies, and very few people get to see one of these. It's only like 1 in 10,000 people ever get to experience this. So even though we can't see it, enjoy it.
Still fortunate. Yeah. Thank you, Mark.
100%. Thanks, Mark. Now let's take you downtown where 2 more big events are underway. First, Stephen Pappas live at Parcel 5 in Rochester for the city's Party in the Dark event. Hey, Stephen.
Hey guys, we've been here since about 8 a.m. and when we got here this morning, not a ton of people were here. People have been flocking in throughout the day. It is getting significantly darker since we've been here. I'm here with Kara Osipovich. She is a special events manager here at the City of Rochester, and this can't go on without someone like you. How do you plan an event like this?
This event has taken a couple of years of teamwork with people from all over the county. It's not just this event or this site. We have hundreds of events throughout Monroe County today, probably 30 or 40 in the city itself. And it's just been a ton of different jurisdictions, agencies, and organizations that have really come together to make opportunities for people who live here or are visiting here to have something to do and to come together and watch this historic moment.
And just very quickly, what are some of the challenges that you face?
I mean, really just the unknown, we don't know how many people are coming, we don't know where they're coming from or which site they'll go to, but it's been so much fun, and we're just really happy people have chosen Rochester to come.
We're going to swing things over now to Mr. Tom Myers. He's got a telescope, something looking at the sun. It's hard to see right now, but it's definitely getting darker. Just quickly explain what your telescope is.
I have a Celestin it's a spotting scope, not a telescope, spotting scope. It's a 66 magnification, 22 to 66. 100 millimeter opening, so you gathers more light. If the clouds would part a little bit, we'd be able to see a little bit more. And I was hoping to be able to project it on people all around. We live downtown. My wife and I live downtown. We love it down here, and we just have enjoy this excitement.
Thank you very much. We're going to send things right back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Stephen Pappas for us. Thank you. Just across the river now, sports director Mike Catalana is live at Innovative Field, where the Red Wings are hosting a solar palooza. Mike, how's it looking out there?
It's been great. Crowd's been great. Everybody's having fun. Everybody's enjoying themselves, waiting for the big moment. But you know what we need? We need somebody. What would be the chances? Maybe somebody who works at NASA could possibly be here. Jenna's coming with me. We're going to look and see if we can find anybody. This gentleman, any chance you work at NASA?
Actually, I do.
Oh, look at that. Jonathan Miller, Rochester native, Marshall High, back in town from Houston. What are we waiting for right now with the clouds? What's it going to be like in a few minutes?
They call it syzygy, when the 3 planets align. I just thought of that. But but what we're waiting for is for the moon to come between the Earth and the sun. And this is one of the things that happens in orbital mechanics. It's not very rare, but it's rare for it to happen in a particular location. And so it won't happen again in Rochester for like another 100 years. So
what's it been like for you to come back home for this, even though we got some clouds today?
I wanted to visit Rochester, visit my sister and my brother, and visit my hometown, Kodak, where I worked for a time, and MCC, where I went for a time also. And it's just wonderful to be here in Rochester to experience this with my family and friends.
And give everybody a preview. Since there's no sun, what's it going to feel like in a few minutes?
Well, it's going to get dark. Yeah, I went to school to learn that. But but it's really weird. I mean, I was telling you off camera, it's like, wow, it's getting dark. Like, it feels very strange. for it to be getting dark in the middle of the day.
Yeah, but it's something to see and something to have somebody, NASA, knows more than everybody else here to be with us. Thanks, Jonathan.
thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Right, Mike Catalana for us live. Thank you, sir. It is almost time, just about 3:17. Now just 3 more minutes until totality in Rochester.
And when the clock strikes 3:20, there will be a toast to totality over at Casa Larga Vineyards. That's where we find Jackie Napier picking up our team coverage. Hey, Jackie.
Hey guys, how's it going? We're out here at Casa Larga in Fairport, New York, joined by tons of folks from Rochester, from out of town. So far, the furthest we've heard from is way out in California. They're all coming to get a glimpse in the path of totality. I have some nice eclipse viewers right here. Brian, how are you?
How are you?
Great, thank you. How's your Casa Larga experience been so far?
It's awesome. It's outstanding.
I love it. What made you decide to come here?
Well, I wanted to see what it was like when, actually I've seen 2 total eclipses before, but this I came out because it's my hometown. I came to see my relatives and friends.
Hello again, if I could
and to see what it's like when the eclipse happens.
I love that. And I think you mentioned you have a relative watching. Would you like to say hi?
Yeah, hi Alice, my sister Alice.
How are you guys doing? What made you choose Casa Larga?
Well, we live around the corner. And because our guests were here, we wanted to make it special. And my daughter was married here, and I've known some of the Colarulos over the years.
That's wonderful. So I think we've only got a couple more minutes here. Tell me how you're feeling.
We all met
A little
at U of R.
chilly. Oh, yeah, we were all U of R grads, so we met 50 years ago.
That's wonderful. So it seems like the eclipse has been a great opportunity to reunite for a lot of folks.
Yes, it's been terrific.
That's wonderful.
Nice way to celebrate something special.
And will the birds chirp in the dark? We want to know that too.
Love it. We're keeping our eye on that. Back to you guys. Speak soon.
Jackie, thank you very much. Don't have too much fun out there. Stay quiet or you're going to spook the moon away. We don't just have crews on the ground in Monroe County for you. Right now, we do have a drone team flying over Canandaigua, where a total solar eclipse celebration is happening at Finger Lakes Community College. Look at that sky.
Yeah,
Karen.
it is getting pitch black out there. Take a look at this shot from our drone pilots, Matt Beck and Daniel Finkelstein. FLCC has a researcher from Cornell visiting campus, talking all things eclipse, plus food trucks and more there.
All right, it is almost time for the moment we have been waiting for. We are now just about 30 seconds away from totality. Up first, the crowd at SUNY Brockport. We're giving you a live look there in just a moment. I think this is our live picture from SUNY Brockport. You can see, again, they are going to be experiencing 5 additional seconds of totality there. It is dark as night. They are in totality at this moment. Incredible.
And you can tell because it is pitch black at this point. Look at how dark it is at 3:20. They are in totality there at SUNY Brockport, right on the center line. So they're going to get that extra 5 seconds of totality. Pretty incredible to see here just how dark it is outside. And it's 3:20 in the afternoon. We are officially in totality, everybody.
Really incredible images that we're seeing from there. You can see the light on the horizon there. I believe this now is live from Innovative Field. This is a live look from inside Innovative Field, where the Red Wings are hosting that Solar Palooza. They've been doing a festival there. Pitch black as night, live at Innovative Field. Mike Catalana is out there for us, and we know there are thousands of fans in that stadium right now, all out there for this moment. We are in totality at this minute. Really incredible to see the city go dark during the day.
You can't even see the people there. Right in front of us, there are people in front of this camera, but it is so dark during totality that you can't even tell. It almost looks like they're inside somewhere with the lights shut off. Now we're at Parcel 5 downtown for the party in the dark. Wow.
Really, the only thing lighting the screen up there are cell phones.
Yeah.
People trying to take images of the moon and the sun. Unfortunately, we are seeing cloudy sky out there. But again, you can see the result of this total solar eclipse of totality over Rochester, plunging the area into darkness. Now, if those clouds were not in the way right now, we would be able to see that soupy atmosphere, that plasma mix of ions and electrons, the corona of the sun. Really incredible. Now here at the Rochester Museum and Science Center, Karen.
Yeah, they are there for the Rock the Eclipse Festival. And again, you can see the clouds there, but pitch darkness they're in right now. Street lights have been turned on.
Look at that.
As if it's nighttime. So you can see so many people there just in awe outside. It's total darkness, 3 in the afternoon.
You can only imagine what being indoors, what it is like out there experiencing this. It's got to be a visceral experience for a lot of these people, you know, groups of people coming together, uniting all over this one singular experience, people from all around the world coming to the region for this. Now, Casa Larga Vineyards in totality, probably toasting away with some nice vino at this hour.
Hopefully they can remember where their mouths are, because they can't see anything at this point. Nothing at all. Yeah, don't spill it. Thankfully, they've got some fire going there so they can see in front. But it's incredible. I mean, we knew it was going to be like this, but it's incredible to see just how dark it is. And this is going to last for another couple minutes at least for us, because we are in the path of totality here.
We are in that path of totality. Casa Larga Vineyards, one of the highest spots elevation-wise in Monroe County. Unfortunately, not high enough to get through those higher elevation clouds that are pretty thick at this hour, but incredible images just to see how dark it is outside at 3:23 and 30 seconds in the afternoon.
Yeah, so they are there toasting the moment away. Like you said, so many people coming from across the globe, and I think we're going to be checking in here with Scott back at our MSC. Hey, Scott, how's it going there?
Hard to describe. It's really special. Just knowing that we're in the middle of the afternoon, just look at what we're seeing, and we're getting out of totality now very shortly, so the sky is brightening again. Everybody's reaction here was really incredible to observe, and we got quite dark. We got like nighttime dark for a good 2.5 minutes, and now you can go up, Will, and show them we're coming out of totality, so we're slowly becoming daylight again. It's a pretty remarkable day, regardless of the thick clouds we had, and you're not going to see this the rest of your life. You won't have these 3.5 minutes again out here. Really incredible. Let me go talk with somebody real quick. Excuse me. I asked you guys, we're going to talk with you real quick. Give me your thoughts on what you just observed.
Amazing. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah, it was unreal. We had no idea like what to expect, but that was just incredible.
So I mean, you might have heard on news or social media that it would get dark. Were you really surprised it got that dark?
I couldn't believe how long it was too, and I was upset that the clouds were here, but we still saw everything.
Yeah, and it got a little chilly, right?
Yeah, it did. I felt it.
Well, guys, it was so great to talk with you. A couple of people one from Long Island that was here to observe this. A lot of people already taken off. Where are you going? They experienced the moment. But guys, it was pretty cool just to know that we'll never experience that again in Rochester like that. Was pretty interesting.
Scott, a quick question for you. Can you just describe the exit of totality? Normally when we see sunrise, that's an experience that takes, the course of an hour to experience, where you're going from pitch black in totality to daylight again in just a matter of minutes.
Well, actually, seconds. It was at the tail end there. It seemed like it got out of totality a lot quicker than it did in. I know that's not the case, but it felt like it got out of totality a lot faster, and the sky brightened up really quick, and now people are taking off. What'd you guys think? Who loved it? They loved it. Yeah, so it was really, despite the clouds, I think everybody got that little 4-minute thrill that they were hoping for from this experience. So it was pretty cool.
Really incredible.
Pretty excited about it.
All right, Scott Hetzko. Thank you, sir.
Now, our MSC is part of a partnership still going on today, helping people explore multiple sites in the city.
They sure are. To help alleviate some of the traffic congestion expected today, our MSC and Visit Rochester are working together with First Student, offering a free shuttle service. Visitors who park in the East End and South Avenue garages can hop on that shuttle, which run on a continuous loop between the RMSC, the George Eastman Museum, the Strong Memorial Art Gallery, and the Rochester Public Market.
So, hey, maybe some of those folks are hopping on the shuttle.
Yeah.
Now, the Regional Transit Service says riders can count on their normal bus schedule all day, but the service is also encouraging people to catch a ride on an RTS bus to check out Highland, Genesee Valley, and Ontario Beach parks.
We're going to check back in now with Stephanie Joseph live at SUNY Brockport's Total Eclipse of the Port. Stephanie, what was that experience like for you and for those around you?
Dan, I have no words. It was truly amazing just to see everything go dark and then those peaks of light all around. Forget the cloud cover, we got an amazing show. But right now I am joined by someone who came all the way from Landenberg, Pennsylvania. And tell me, what did you think of what you just saw?
It was fantastic. I'm Charles McLaren, an amateur astronomer. I've seen one other total eclipse back in 2017, and it was spectacular, cloudless sky. This time it was the exact opposite, very cloudy. But I have to say the lighting effect was really accentuated by the presence of the total cloud cover. It's as if you turn the dimmer switch all the way down really fast and then back up again. It was really spectacular. Along the horizon, we were watching the sunlight on one side get darkened, and then the opposite thing happened on the other side as totality ended. So very impressive, even though we couldn't get a direct view of the sun.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. So you're
Yeah.
happy you made the trip over?
Absolutely, it was worth it. Yeah.
And I know that you brought some special equipment just in case you got to look at anything. Tell me
That's
a little
right.
bit about that.
Yeah, so the telescope behind us here is a standard 5-inch Maksudov Cassegrain reflecting telescope. Sold by Orion Telescopes. And what I have on the front there, what looks like the silvery foil, is a solar filter, which is very important to protect the telescope and your eyesight. So you need to have a filter on a telescope placed in front of it so that no direct sunlight enters the telescope to damage the scope or your eyes. So you can't have a filter behind the telescope. In other words, you can't put on solar filter glasses and then have the telescope unfiltered and hope the glasses will protect you. They will be burned. A hole will form, and you'll damage your eyes.
Yeah,
so you need to have the filter on the front like that.
For sure, really important. Did you happen to see anything with it, or too many clouds?
Oh, no, yeah, not here, but that telescope we use extensively at home for stargazing in the evening. So it's very good for nebula, galaxies, a nebula like the Orion Nebula, galaxies like the Andromeda Galaxy, things of that sort. So you don't need a large telescope to see these things, and quite spectacular viewing with it.
For sure, definitely. Yeah. Are you planning to stick around a little bit? I hear some music in the background behind me.
Oh, yeah.
The party's still going on?
Yeah, we're here all night. Yeah, we're not going to try to beat the traffic today, so we'll be leaving tomorrow sometime.
Really smart advice.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add about your experience today?
I think everyone was really into the experience, so I'm glad to see a lot of people getting into astronomy and just natural phenomenon, which I think a lot of people need to do today. It's a really satisfying experience.
For sure. Charles, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Send it in back to you.
And what an experience it was. Stephanie, we're expecting you to bust a couple of moves. You're out there. That music is going, my friend.
Okay, Steph, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
So with the party still continuing so safety, of course, still a top priority for area law enforcement agencies. For several months, the state has been developing a comprehensive safety plan, working with local and federal law enforcement agencies and emergency services, taking a proactive approach to keep communities safe today. This includes emergency operations centers in every county, the strategic placement of strike teams to monitor traffic, and additional aviation and marine assets.
Now, today we got a look at Monroe County's Emergency Operations Center on Scottsville Road. Officials there all working hand in hand with police, fire, EMS, and traffic management agencies to ensure adequate response to any possible emergencies are maintained. Emergency operators say during the moments after the eclipse, drivers should practice one thing.
First and foremost, be patient. It's not going to be a normal commute for you, whether you're coming back to a house here in Monroe County or whether you're traversing back to a county outside of Monroe or even a state outside of New York.
Now, emergency operators also say traffic jams or delays are not emergencies and are asking drivers not to contact 911 if you're experiencing a delay in your commute.
Let's take a live look, that is, at the roadways from our Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker. 590 heading south, and Brighton is where the truck is right now. And we have got clear roadways for folks at this point. I imagine a lot of people are still at the locations they were for that moment of totality. So far, so good on 390 at this point.
We'll give you a live look here at some of the traffic cameras and drive times for you. Take a look at these drive times. You're looking at stretches of 390, 490, and 590. This is live data fed into the newsroom in real time, so you know exactly what to expect. It does appear things are moving up to speed. Here's a look at some of those traffic cameras. 390 at Lexington, 490 at Mount Reed, and 590 at Browncroft. We do expect traffic to pick up as we make our way into the afternoon. And with so many guests in town, safety is one of the things we are talking about. Many people traveling from out of the region.
Indeed. 13 Wham's Matt Malloy speaking with one woman who's actually been preparing for months to welcome friends for the total solar eclipse.
I've gotten my nails done. They are eclipse-themed nails by my wonderful artist.
You won't find many people more excited about today's total solar eclipse than Como Deer.
It is the depiction of the solar eclipse, going from partial to full.
Deer has been preparing for months, the eclipse falling just one day before her husband's birthday.
We knew we had to do it big, so right then and there I was like, oh, I'm going to make this fun.
She encouraged friends to book travel early, and with most lodging gone, they're hosting several in their home.
Whether they're flying, driving, accommodating for things like parking, figuring out what event we're going to go to because Rochester's hosting so many.
Deer has the full list of events from Visit Rochester, but it's the magical moment in the sky she can't wait for.
The options are endless, but I think the most special moment that I'm excited for is that 3 minutes and 38 seconds because I want to see what happens with my dog. I heard that animals get really weird.
Packs of eclipse glasses are standing by for her guests. Deer also credits the city for pumping up the community for the once-in-a-lifetime experience.
I knew it was a big deal, but I have been even more hyped by Rochester because they have made it an even bigger deal. It's really fun to come together in these moments. I think it brings groups together, family together.
In Rochester, Matt Malloy, 13 Wham News.
Matt, thank you. Now, sports director Mike Catalana live at Innovative Field where the Red Wings are hosting a solar palooza. How's it going, Mike?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I got to tell you, and two local people who are ready for it, Emily Sullivan and Alex Dodge. And I feel like I'm at the Oscars because I'm going to ask Emily about what you're wearing tonight.
This is my space dress. I got it for my Halloween costume. I work in the elementary school, so
worked perfectly.
Repurpose it.
All right, you were ready for this. What did you think of the moment of totality?
It was crazy. It just got so dark and it was wild. It was never before, never again.
Alex, you mentioned the last time we had an eclipse and how much better this one was. Why?
Because it just got so dark here. Like it was almost like it was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Back then, it didn't really get dark. Granted, I did get a better picture back then of the other eclipse, but it just was so much darker.
Yeah. Tell people what it was like here in that moment. I think in the beginning, people weren't really sure. And then they really got into it. I thought the loudest part was when the sun started to come back.
It was kind of a surprise. Everyone's like freaking out. It just so quickly turned to day. Like, It was wild.
And what would your lasting memory of a day like today be?
Definitely the totality and how the sky with the glow from in the background in the clouds as well.
Did you have a lot of friends who were into this, or as much as you guys?
Not really. I mean, I think it's awesome. It's once in a lifetime experience. You never. My dad's been super hyped about it. He was in Mexico for the full eclipse down there a while back in high school and like raves about it. So being able to see it for myself is an amazing experience.
Yeah, and I'm sure you were glad you came and to experience it with all these people. What was that like?
It was fun. It was a great show that Innovative Field put on.
Seeing Spikes and Mitzi, seeing Dan Mason in the astronaut suit.
Yeah,
it was
the
awesome.
Party and keeping everybody together.
Yep, the band's pretty nice as well.
Yeah, they did a really nice job. I think people really enjoyed themselves here. Not everyone had this type of a dress, but Emily came prepared for what she saw. Great show here at Innovative Field. Back to you guys in the studio.
Mason knows how to put on a good
Looking
show,
good,
I'll tell
Emily.
you what. Another event happening in downtown. Stephen Pappas live at Parcel 5 in Rochester for the city's Party in the Dark event. Stephen, describe the experience for us.
Well, it was certainly a party in the dark. I mean, we've talked about it for a couple of weeks now. You know, will we see the sun? Will the clouds be an issue? I mean, it got dark. It got very dark here at Parcel 5. The lights on that building behind me went up in blue, and you could just feel like, you know, it was nighttime. For some reason, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, and it is nighttime. It was one of the coolest things I think I've ever experienced. We're now going to bring in Nicole Moranti, the general manager of Lobola. They got some stuff going on today, but first, just in your words, what was that for you?
At this point, I'm still like overwhelmed with emotion. Unfortunately, it was cloudy, but it was everything that I hoped it would be. It got dark. It was the party in the dark, and I was happy to be with my whole entire staff. We closed the restaurant temporarily. We were able to have everybody out here with us to enjoy it together. But yeah, it really was spectacular, and still like just overwhelmed with emotion. It was wonderful.
Absolutely. And just when you think about it, what were some of the challenges that you had to face running a restaurant, knowing that something like this is going on with a big party right across the street from you?
Yeah, absolutely. We were, definitely coordinating the after party for all of downtown Rochester. With our building, we do have a couple of rooftop access areas, so we were also catering a couple of different viewing parties for different offices and stuff like that in the building. So just running around, lots of things all at once, but we got it done.
And the question that's on everybody's mind, if they're coming to Lobola tonight for this after party, eclipse-themed drinks, eclipse-themed anything, what do we got?
Yeah, so we have a few different eclipse-themed drinks. We have the sun, the moon, and the eclipse. They're all beautiful, all different spirits. Our bartenders took a lot of time to put together some really, really beautifully crafted cocktails with so much more going on inside the building as well.
All right, as you look around the landscape at the moment, people are leaving, people are staying. It's not as packed as it was during totality, but either way, everybody having a fantastic time here. And again, just to reiterate, we didn't need the sun. The sun went away. It got very dark. It was very cool, something that all of us are going to remember for the rest of our lives. I'm going to send things back to you guys in the studio now.
All right,
Yeah,
Stephen.
definitely a memorable moment, Stephen. Thank
Yes.
you. Well, still ahead, our live coverage continuing from Casa Larga, where the crowd there is toasting in totality.
Yes, plus the wild guests sharing the spotlight today on Good Morning America. And we'll introduce you to a group of science students who made the trek from Long Island to witness the solar spectacle from Ontario Beach Park. Welcome back to Solar Spectacle here on 13 Wham. This is a time lapse of the Skycam view that we saw here in West Henrietta. Take a look at that image. This is the 3 minutes and 30 seconds of totality. You're seeing the region go from light to dark, experiencing that totality back to light in just 30 seconds.
Yes,
Karen.
sped up there for you. A pretty incredible moment there. We're going to turn now to Jackie Napier live at Casa Larga Vineyards, where folks will toast. They are, I'm assuming, toasting to totality. Jackie?
Hi, guys. I have a highly anticipated exclusive to 13 Wham interview here. I have the Coloratolo kids with us, whose family owns the lovely vineyard here at Casa Larga. Guys, how was that?
Good.
Good? What did you think it was going to be like?
I don't know.
Did it exceed your expectations?
Yeah.
Good. Lucy, how's it been being with your family today?
It's been really magical. I mean, it's been all of us together for this once in a lifetime experience, which none of us ever predicted would happen. So it's been really cool.
That's so awesome. Is this going to be something you guys will remember for a long time?
Yes.
What are you going to tell your friends at school? Because I think you had one of the coolest viewing sites in Rochester.
Probably it got dark and then really, really light.
Awesome. So, tell me about all the preparation that's gone into it from a vineyard perspective. What's it been like?
Busy. Yeah. It was busy.
I bet. Now, tell me, what can folks, if they want to learn more about your offerings at Casa Larga, what can they do?
They can go online on Facebook at Casa Larga, or they can go to www.casalarga.com.
Or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And tell me, lastly, what was the toast to totality? What was that like?
It was unexplainable.
That's a great answer. Thank you guys so much. We're back to you, and we'll have more later.
All right, Jackie Napier out there for us live at Casa Larga. Let's show you another live look, this from Ontario County. The 13 Wham Skyview drone flying over Canandaigua, Finger Lakes Community College at this hour. What a gorgeous view that is, Karen.
Very beautiful. Now, we are past peak totality, but the show is not over yet. Here's Mark now, giving us a little taste of the weather. And what was your experience? You were out there for it, Mark.
Yeah, I put it up on social media as totally worth the price of admission, which for most of us,
free.
Free.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
Love it.
You couldn't reproduce that if you wanted to. And if you want to, you're going to have to chase it the next time it comes around. So let's check out this cool photo from West Henrietta. This is from Becca Lynn, just sent this in. I thought one of the most striking parts of this whole process was the visible light that went away around the edges, but just illuminated the bottom of the clouds there. And we'd love to see your photos. This is the time to do it. Twitter, Facebook, and chime in on our website, right? Just scan that QR code and send away your beautiful work from the last 20, 30 minutes. What to expect now? We're moving down the list. Totality is now ended, and the partial eclipse now will end at 4:33 this afternoon. You can see it crossing the entire United States. Watch this big black circle go from Texas all the way up through the Great Lakes back closer to Rochester. And for one brief moment in time, all of the clouds that blocked our view of the eclipse were blocked out on the visible satellite picture. How about that? Future cloud cover, well, this one didn't work out necessarily the way we wanted it, but watch from the west to the east. We are going to see a beautiful sunset tonight as that cloud cover starts to sway off to the east and get out of the picture with lots of stars in the sky tonight, except for that big bright yellow one. Hour by hour forecast near 60 right now, mostly cloudy through this evening, becomes partly cloudy and mainly clear late tonight, and our planning forecast heading into tomorrow. Look at this. Here's the bonus for you. It's going to feel more like May. We're back to the 70s, the temperature into the mid-70s for a high tomorrow. Of course, coming up on 13 Wham News at 5 o'clock, we're going to have more on our local weather outside of the eclipse and some interesting information on the next couple of eclipses coming up. Did you know it's only 2025 until the next time Rochester has a partial eclipse?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're going to check that out, and when the next full one is, which we may need other processes to be here for, but
for the one in 2025, what time of year are we talking?
I believe it's in the summertime.
Okay, so there's a better chance we'll have a decent view.
We may get a look at it. We may get a look at it. We'll see.
right,
Yep.
looking forward to that.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. And hey, Mark said it once before. We'll tell you again. Share your photos and videos of totality with us. You can do so by going to the website 13wham.com/chime-in or scan that QR code with your smartphone to do so now. Now, people from all over the state and the country showed up today at Ontario Beach Park to watch the eclipse, and that includes a group of high school students from Long Island. Their physics teacher, Benjamin Knapp, drove the bus so they could get a chance to witness this bit of history.
I didn't go to the eclipse in 2017, and the next eclipse that's reasonably close is 2079. So I'll be 106 at that point. So I don't think I'll make it to that one. But hey, you never know.
It's not really very often you get to see it in its totality, and Rochester just happens to be in that path. So pretty long ride we got up here, and I'm just excited to see something that is very rare.
Now, all of Mr. Knapp's students are involved in different science programs at their school.
Pretty cool. Now, a couple local highlights were in the national eye this morning on Good Morning America. The morning show talking about how the eclipse would impact animals while giving the Seneca Park Zoo's polar bear her big break. We spoke to an astrophysicist visiting the zoo over the weekend about their plans for today.
I wanted to make sure that the zoo had an astronomer, but there's also so many other aspects. There's weather aspects of the eclipse, there's animal behavior aspects of the eclipse. There's a lot of different things that we can do and see, and it really takes a lot of different scientists to help us understand how this eclipse is so special and what we might experience during it.
Seneca Park Zoo was one of the zoos featured on GMA this morning.
And throughout the show this morning, schools along the path of totality were highlighted, sharing how they plan to celebrate today's solar spectacle. Midnight at midday, love it. Schools across our region have been using the eclipse as a once-in-a-lifetime learning opportunity. We have a lot of those stories online at 13wham.com.
Still ahead, we are heading back to the Rochester Museum and Science Center, checking in with some of the spectators there.
We sure are, and as thousands get ready to head home from viewing locations across the Rochester region, we'll give you a live look at what to expect on the roads.
Another check of traffic from the Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker out there on the roadways on 390 right now. heading northwest, and things are looking pretty clear so far.
They sure are. We'll give you a look at some of those drive times out there and some of the maps that we're seeing. You're looking at stretches of 390, 490, and 590 highlighted there on your screen. Things right now looking good. Here's a look at some of those traffic cameras. 590 at Browncroft, 490 at Mount Read, and 390 at Lexington. Doesn't look like there are many trouble spots out there right now.
And make sure you send us your photos and videos at 13wham.com/chime in. You can get there on your smartphone.
You sure can. We have covered a lot of ground over the course of the past hour. Let's check back in one more time with Scott Hetzko at the Rochester Museum and Science Center. Hey, Scott.
Did I miss it? Is it over? I didn't see it. I was in the bathroom. Terrible. All right, here's a look right now at the sky behind us. We're back to normalcy. We still have our normal Rochester sky with dense stratus clouds, but hey, everybody here seemed to be really touched by this afternoon in those 3.5 minutes. And I got a guy that was from, or is from New Hampshire that was here. Come on in, Dustin. Dustin Ruoff is here. And Dustin, you were chasing the weather for the last couple weeks, right?
Yeah, exactly. We made the decision to come up here to Rochester, well, simply because it's in the middle of the path of totality, as well as a great science center had the festival going on. So we're like, we'll just hedge our bets there and see what happens.
That was a big mistake, Dustin.
Well, as it turns out, you are correct, because northern New Hampshire was crystal clear, and I've been getting pictures from my friends all afternoon with the visuals from there through glasses.
Well, despite the dense cloud cover we had, it still was a pretty amazing couple minutes.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely mind-blowing. The totality was super emotional. I got quite affected. Just being here with thousands of people, just experiencing that was just unreal. Like, we were very much affected by it.
So when you got here over the weekend, when did you arrive? Early in the weekend, or?
We got here Saturday, actually. We stopped in Albany and came over Saturday morning and just started hanging out with the festival. We've been here for 3 days, hitting events and stuff like that. And
did you go to the RPO concert, or?
We went to the last night at the Blue Cross Arena. Yeah, it was amazing. Excellent show. Fantastic orchestra. Just blew me away. Yeah.
Well, very cool. I appreciate your time. And what is your plan now from here?
We're just going to get some food and hang out in Rochester, which we love. Great city, never been here. And just going to try to enjoy the last night in town before we go home.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you visited. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
That's Dustin Ruoff, and we appreciate your time. Thank you very much. So, yeah, if you could look behind me, guys, there's just us left over, some media and a couple of people hanging out here enjoying the concert afterward. And it was a pretty emotional afternoon. I cannot lie. I was really disappointed about the cloud cover, but even with the cloud cover, when things started getting dark so quick and it just became night, it became pretty cool, pretty emotional few minutes.
Scott, it was all sunshine, though, for a special couple there who tied the knot. I wonder what The Rock was like in The Rock.
All right, so wait a minute, guys. When we are back at 5 o'clock, we're going to show a little bit of sound and video from those folks. It's so funny how live TV works, right? When you're out here in the field, I just happened to see them on the sidewalk. She had everything all dolled up like she's getting married. I didn't know what was going on. I said, "Are you guys getting married for this eclipse?" And they said yes, and they were very sweet, lovely couple. You'll meet them and hear from them coming up at 5 o'clock.
Love that. Lots more to get to later on tonight as the news continues tonight at 5 and 6. Very exciting afternoon, Karen.
Oh, man, a once-in-a-lifetime event, and so much stuff still going on across the area. What an exciting time to get to be in the path of totality here in Greater Rochester.
Much more at 5. Thank you so much for joining us for this 13 Wham News special report.
Stay with us for 13 Wham News at 5 and 6 tonight for continuing team coverage. And of course, you can find more on all of today's events on 13wham.com.
The Rochester region in the shadow and the spotlight.
The Hub in the heart of downtown Rochester, a 3-day-long festival at the Rochester Museum and Science Center, astronomers and a NASA astronaut teaching people of all ages about this historic event. Thousands of guests taking it all in.
SUNY Brockport transforming its campus for a total eclipse of the port, enjoying 5 extra seconds of darkness.
Finger Lakes Community College also opening its campus to sky gazers. Our 13 Wham Skyview drone catching the view.
And a toast to the celestial event at Casa Larga Vineyards, Wine glasses raised and eclipse glasses off at 3:20 p.m. People in high spirits and good company.
The Red Wings hitting a home run with its Solar Palooza at Innovative Field, scoring a live NASA video feed to keep watching the eclipse as it continues north.
And the party in the dark at Parcel 5 in Rochester, carrying into the night over at Mercantile on Main, a space for all of the visitors to our region to keep the celebration going.